And hello everyone, we're back again for a very special look at the Neca Ultimate Sesame Street Big Bird. And you have no idea how hard it was to get this big guy in frame. In fact, I'm still working on it because yes, I had to do a lot of workaround shit to get him to fit on screen. And yeah, they've not missed with the only Sesame Street figure I don't have they've done is the Grover, Super Grover, because I'm waiting for the regular one. They've still knocked every one of these out of the park that I've got. As far as scale, I don't have any of my regular Sesame Streets with me, but I will say he scales perfectly with those. Here he is if you want him hanging out with Deadpool. Here he is if you want him hanging out with some mythics. And here he is if you want him with the ladies. Yeah, he is very big. Huge thanks to Nerdzoic for shipping this guy out so quickly. They always get their stuff to me within like 2 or 3 days. It's so nice. Now, as far as accessories, you can pop his head off, and you got this scarf, which is nice. Be great for Christmas. I'm actually really happy with that accessory. You've got his tie, and since I have an office diorama, it's going to be fun having him hanging out in the office. You have his bear radar. You always get one of these letters or numbers, depending on who it is. You'll get the letter B with Big Bird. Again, I think that's a really neat touch. You get finger guns or pointing. You get the splayed opens that are on him. And then you get grip hands. And lastly, you get cocaine addiction Big Bird. Which I know this is his first appearance, but yeah. I like this head. I think this is a really neat inclusion, and I already got some really funny photo ideas with it. Now, as far as articulation, bear with me, this is going to be a bitch, because I'm having to reach all the way across the table. Ball joint at the head, a ball joint here, and a ball joint here. So, Big Bird can look down upon his enemies while schooling them. Big Bird can look up in the rain and drown like a turkey. He can tilt, rotate, hinge in the beak. Arms can go all the way up. Swivels. This is about how far the elbows can be, and he actually has doubles. And then you can straighten these out. Again, I didn't have, and again, he's just so big and hard to manage on this camera. There we go. Whew. So there he is, straightened out. Make sure my focus, he's yellow and this thing hates me. And let's get his arms bent back, just so we can, there we go. Wrist swivel, hinge. His diaphragm, or stomach ab crunch, I guess, can go forward a good bit. He can go back a good bit. His tail doesn't come on him in the pack. You have to pop it on. It's on a ball. Really force it in there, it'll be loose. And it's still, you know, it droops, but it's going to stay. It's not like you need that to be super articulated. Up under it, doing the upskirt on Big Bird. They did a really good job of just having this be a hollow piece, because that lets him get out. That lets him get forward a good bit. In fact, if you can tuck that under, there we go. You can get forward a bit. Thigh swivel. And I thought it was really cool how they hid the knee joint on this, because I didn't even know if this had a knee joint. But yep, lo and behold, there it is. And again, you know, not far, but still, it's Big Bird. He doesn't need to be, you know, crouching, doing deep crouches. Hinge at the foot. Can go forward and back. And he's at a tilt. There we go. He can go a little bit forward if you push and then tilt. Now, do I think you should drop $50 to $60 on a Big Bird? Again, I love goofy shit like this. I am all in for the most part on the Sesame Street line. Again, I need Cookie Monster. They need to give me Cookie, and I need that regular Grover to hurry up and just release. And Harry Monster. There's so many of these. They're so much fun. You know, you can do wholesome shit. You can do silly, goofy stuff like I've done with the Bert and Ernie. They're just so much fun. And you know, it's such a huge hit of nostalgia because I'm sure most of us grew up watching Sesame Street. So really nice to take a break from the horror, the fantasy like D&D stuff, the anime girls, just to have something like this, to have him hanging out with your plunderlings. Maybe he's hanging out with Mario. Again, he can do it's Big Bird. You can mix him in however you want and just have fun with it. So yeah, I hope you guys do support the Sesame Street line just because I want to see it continue for a very long time. Same with the Muppets line when they drop all those. Very hyped about these. I loved the Muppets Palisades lines. Still, in my opinion, one of the best toy lines of all time. And it's so nice to kind of see a spiritual successor with these NECAs. So, hope you found this useful. And until next time, be sure to check out my Instagram, Goldmember150, and Thedevilstoyz on Instagram, where you can have your toy photography featured. And again, until next time, remember, collect toys, live deliciously.